It's another day, the sun is shining. Got to know what's going on around you. Wake up, it's the time to motivate your mind. Come with me, let's make this moment brighter. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Come on and wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Wake up with the Bahamas at sunrise. Hey.
Good morning and welcome to Bahamas. A very come after what I hope was a wonderful Easter weekend for you. Of course, this morning we're being joined by a very special guest.
Indeed. Good morning. I'm Carlos Mackey, and I'm filling in for Mark Daniels. Star, it's so good to be here with you this morning.
Of course it is, Carlos, and this time I don't have to ask you tough questions about the economy, so you just get to enjoy the conversation, which is always a good thing. But it has certainly been a week. Of course, today we're celebrating Team Bahamas, who did exceptionally well in the Carifta Games, and of course the excitement of bringing those games home to the Bahamas next year. Between
Absolutely.
COVID and the change in administration policy, it certainly has been a while since we've been able to celebrate sports. So it's really an exciting time.
Absolutely. You know, our kids did extremely well. I think Carifta was really one of those opportunities for us to showcase how, I guess you can say, how much progress we've been making as a country in terms of our, what I would call athletic investment. I think it's really spectacular what we've done on the swimming front. And also, too, I think where we're going with track and field is also very promising. So I'm really excited for the kids. This has really been a good, what I would call, start to the track season for us and the overall athletic seasons for us.
Indeed it is. Well, we've got another great show lined up for you today. The Bahamas National Trust is here. They're going to be talking about their National Parks Day, which is happening tomorrow. My good friend Joseph Gaskins will give us a preview of his presentation for the Youth for Business Outlook. And the gold medal Bahamas swim team is back from Carifta, and they will be joining us this morning to talk about their win.
Indeed. Access Accelerator client Glenard Evans is also here, and he's going to talk about his security company. And Sweet Emily and Novi will debut a brand new song right here on the show. We also want to invite you to attend the Eleuthera Business Outlook Conference that's happening next week, Thursday, April 28th. There are going to be a host of dynamic speakers, and they'll be covering the topic Beyond Recovery into Growth. So you can attend virtually or in person, and you can register at tclevents.com. Now, let's check on the weather with our good friend, Godfrey Burnside.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Carlos, and good morning, Bahamas. And first look at weather at sunrise. A weak frontal boundary across the northwest Bahamas will dissipate today, while strong high pressure builds across the islands, and that will create windy conditions throughout the weekend into next week, and some hazard marine conditions. Today, we're looking at a mix of sun and clouds, but windy, with a few showers, even a possibility of an isolated thunderstorm, high temperature 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight, partly cloudy and breezy, chance of 1 or 2 passing showers, below temperature going down to 71 degrees Fahrenheit. And some evening highs and lows across the Caribbean, Barbados 87 and 76. In Jamaica, 83 and 74. In Trinidad, 85 and 76. And the Turks and Caicos Islands, 84 and 70. Across North America, Atlanta, 79 and 54. In Raleigh, 85 and 53. In Miami, 84 and 73. Dallas, Texas, 85 and 71. and Toronto, Canada, 48 and 38. As you go to the weekend into early next week, that strong high pressure will be the dominant feature, and that will maintain strong winds and have some rain conditions throughout the weekend. But we're going to elevate our chances for rain and possible thunderstorm on Sunday and Monday. For the most part, pretty good weekend so weather-wise, but windy, and asking those boaters to be very careful and swimmers to look out for the high risk of river currents. The temperature daytime will be in the mid-80s, at nighttime upper 60s to lower 70s. That puts you up in your first look at weather at sunrise. I'm Godfrey Burnside. Back to you, Star.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. Today is Earth Day, and in celebration, the Bahamas National Trust is hosting its annual National Parks Day tomorrow, Saturday. This is the time for the public to explore our national parks for free. Here to tell us more about it, we're very happy to welcome Eric Carey. He, of course, is the Executive Director of the Bahamas National Trust. He is joined today by Elijah Sands, who's their Senior Communications Officer. Good morning and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning, Star. How you doing? Happy Earth Day, everybody.
Good morning, Mr. Carey, and a very happy
Thank you
Earth
for
Day
having
to
us.
you. Of course, Elijah. It really is our pleasure that we get to educate the public on something that's so important, both Earth Day and the work that the National Trust does. And so let's get started by first understanding what is the purpose of National Parks Day. And I'll give that question to you, Mr. Carey.
Yeah, so look, these national parks, people need to understand, they belong to the Bahamian people. We manage the national parks, not for us. We manage them for you and for your future. And a couple of years ago, we started placing an emphasis on getting more Bahamians into their parks. And it was so powerful after we were all locked down during the pandemic that as soon as we started to open up, people started craving for our national parks. And so we wanted to get back to National Parks Day, which was established to celebrate Bahamian national parks, but to also facilitate Bahamians coming to their parks to enjoy what it is we've set up in these special places.
Excellent, excellent. And I did have the pleasure of going a couple of years ago to one of the national parks, an absolutely amazing experience, the opportunity to even kind of kayak and see what was happening in the mangroves. It was really a fun day. How many national parks are there in the Bahamas, and which will be participating in tomorrow's event?
So we have 32 national parks currently managed by the Bahamas National Trust. That number is going to grow as we continue to advocate for more of our Bahamas to be put into protection and to ensure environmental sustainability into the future. So I'm going to let Elijah talk about the parks that we're going to be highlighting this year. So Elijah, you can take it away, talk about the ones that we're going to have people going into this year.
Sure, yeah. So like Eric mentioned, we have 32 parks across the country. For National Parks Day 2022, we'll have special activities at 9 parks on 7 islands across the Bahamas. I can list them if you want me to.
I would love to hear them. I'm sure that there are people that are getting ready to make their plans right now to attend. So one, let us know, first of all, what those national parks are that will be participating tomorrow, so the 9 parks. But 2, if you can let me know what activities might be there and the times that people can access them, that would be really good.
Yeah, so the 9 parks that will be, have special activities tomorrow on the Providence. I'll start with, we have Primeval Forest. On South Ocean Road, we have the Bonefish Pond. On Cowpen Road, on Grand Bahama, we'll have celebrations at the Ryan Nature Center. On Abaco, we'll be having activities at Abaco National Park. On Great Exuma, on the Mariah Harbor Key National Park, we'll have some special activities. And in the Exuma Keys, we'll have activities in the Exuma Keys Land and Sea Park. Of course, on the Luther, we'll be having some celebrations at the Leon Levy Native Plant Preserve on Governor's Harbor. And in Andros, we'll be having some celebrations at the Blue Holes National Park. And also in Nagua, we'll have a bird watching tour at the Nagua National Park. So across all of those, parks, we'll be doing things like kayaking where available, snorkeling where available. We'll be having guided tours, bird watching tours, educational talks, presentations. There'll be a lot of things to do for National Parks Day for sure. So I'd encourage anybody to visit our website at www. to see all of the activities, just in case I'm missing a few of them.
All right, so that's www.bnt.com?
.bs.
www.bnt.bs.
Okay, www.bnt.bs. Of course, we can go and get that full range of activities. Here in Nassau, what time does the things get started at the park here? Do they both start at both parks at the same time? And what time do they kind of finish?
Yeah, so both things, at both New Providence Parks, Primeval Forest, and Bonefish Pond, activities start at 9 a.m. For Bonefish Pond specifically, kayaking and snorkeling begins at 12 p.m. And they both end at 4 p.m. So 9 to 4 is the full day.
And is there a cost? And who should come? Is it like you're looking for families to attend, tourists to attend, locals to attend? Who should come up to the parks? And is there a cost associated with the activities that you mentioned?
So National Parks Day is a fee-free day completely. So there is no cost for any of the activities or admission to the parks. There will be food on sale at some of the parks, like Primeval Forest and Bonefish Pond. And in terms of audience, so like Eric mentioned, so we definitely want to encourage Bahamians to come out and visit their parks, Bahamian families, Bahamian residents. But we want to show off national parks to everybody. So if you're in the Bahamas, and if you're near a national park or could get to a national park, we welcome and invite everybody to celebrate these absolutely special places.
Excellent, excellent. Mr. Carey, I do recall seeing you the last time I went out to National Park Day, there with your beautiful wife, of course. You have been able to enjoy these park days. What has the response been like in the previous years? And what are you hoping the turnout will be like this year, now that we seem to be making our way out of the pandemic?
So the experience, I think every time someone comes to the Primeval Forest, they're literally blown away by its natural beauty. And so, Bonefish Pond, I'm like, wow, I didn't know this existed in New Providence. So there's always this feeling of, wow, what an experience. I didn't know it was here. And then when people come, you always get them committing to come back. And we always do see people coming back with their families, with their friends. I run into people all the time in Nassau if I'm traveling in the Bahamas, like, whoa, I visited the Lucayan National Park, or I visited the Leon Levy Native Plant Preserve, and I'm going to take my friends back there. So the impression is very powerful, it's lasting, and it puts in people a feeling that it's something that they want to share with their friends and family.
Excellent. And any final messages for us as we go into Earth Day, Mr. Carey?
Just to tell people, look, that every decision that you make has the potential to have an impact on the sustainability of our planet. I encourage people to make decisions that they feel will have less of an impact. Do away with plastics, buy smaller cars, take shorter showers, recycle, etc. I always tell people this is the one planet that we have, planet Earth. I don't care what you see in Star Wars and all the wonderful movies, etc. There is no planet B.
I hear that. And I have to agree that we have got to do our part. And it's amazing that you can do very small things to make that happen. Thank you so much for the reminder, Mr. Carey. Elijah, before we go, let us know, will people be able to sign up as Bahamas National Trust members at the parks tomorrow? If for whatever reason they're unable to come and enjoy the parks, how can they become members of the Bahamas National Trust and keep the work going?
So you definitely can become a member at many of the parks tomorrow. Like any activities you see happening tomorrow, activities members do normally participating if they are BNT members. So you can definitely visit a park tomorrow and sign up for BNT membership. If you're not able to get out to a park, you can always sign up for membership and learn more about our membership on our website. Again, that website is www.bnt.bs. And you'll see the button that says join us, and you'll be able to learn all about the benefits of membership, the costs, and how you can become a member.
Excellent. Thank you. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this morning on Bahamas at Sunrise. Thank you for the work that you continue to do to protect our part of paradise and making sure that we have access to it tomorrow. Looking forward to a phenomenal day celebrating at the parks. And we
Yeah.
congratulate you for the work that you do. Thank you.
Grab collars and bring those 2 children to
Thank
see
you.
one of our
Thank you for
parks.
having us.
Definitely. It's a part of the plan. All right, gentlemen, you
Take
guys
care.
have a great day.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
I used to think of the bank as my personal ATM machine. If I wanted a new car, new furniture, a weekend trip to Miami, no problem, just max out the credit card or top up my loan. I was a big baller until I realized that 75% of my salary was going to pay back all those loans. Fidelity's personal financial coaching was the best solution. Fidelity gave me a plan with a debt consolidation loan that has a built-in savings that pays 5% interest. I now only have one low monthly payment plus money in my pocket. Give Fidelity Bank a call at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit any of Fidelity's locations or visit a website at fidelitygroup.com.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Fascinated by the work he did for an airline company as a ground security coordinator, Glenard Evans struck out on his own to form Allied Security Solutions. He's here to talk with us this morning about his particular company and about his experience. Thank you so much and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise, Glenard.
Thank you for having me and good morning, Bahamas.
Absolutely. So you're a young entrepreneur. Tell us about how you went from working at an airline to starting your own company, particularly in this, what I would call economic season that we've been in for the past couple of years.
Yes, we get right into it. So I've been in the aviation field for over 10 years and a training liaison for about 6. And so just dealing with the internal and external employees with compliances, and dealing with policies and procedures and securing the security aspect of the airline. So I develop a niche for it. And so just one of those nights, you're just browsing the World Wide Web and just trying to figure out, hey, what's my next chapter? And so I just came across the screen, security, and saw it again, security. And so I said, hey, this is definitely not an unfamiliar territory for me. And so I definitely, a light bulb came on. And so I started to research more. And I realized that, hey, a lot of passion was behind it. And so I did my research, went to the lab and dug in deeper, and I just got excited about it. And I was like, that's it. This is the platform I'm going to use to start a new chapter. And so I enrolled in Texas A&M to be certified with cybersecurity and tactical drills. And so I applied that to the company, and moving fast forward 2 years later, here we are, Allied Security Solutions.
Wow. That's excellent, Glenard. So tell us about all of the things that go into managing security. We know that security is what we would call a very big term. From your perspective, what are the things that actually go into making sure that you're able to provide what we would call adequate, suitable, excellent security services?
Yes, that's a great question. As we all know, security is such a broad spectrum. But I'll start off with the bookkeeping part of it. whereas you want to ensure the legalities of it are met, making sure there's any challenges with the validity of your documents, making sure you're regulated. And then you factor in the employees, your team players. You know, we have multiple personalities, so you want to create that cohesiveness and hoping that it actually meshes with your core values. And our core values are safety, honor, and integrity. And so you're now figuring out with the clients what are their standards. And so you want to balance it. You want to balance it, and it kind of creates a well-oiled machine. But for me, mostly it's the networking part of it. It takes a lot of dedication and patience to network and promote your brand, your product. So it definitely takes a lot of time and effort to pursue what your ultimate goal is.
So you talked about networking. Tell us really and truly, what kind of clients do you really serve? What part of the security market is very specialized? You know, what can we say that Allied Security Solutions is going to be able to provide to a potential client?
Sure. So we have our range. It ranges from small to grand. You can have your private parties, festivals, and then you have residential clients, commercial, corporate clients, up to industrial, dealing with access control with fuel plants and energy plants. But more recent times, we've dabbled a lot with resorts and gated communities because of the uptick with travels. And so definitely we were honored and privileged to get our feet wet in that particular area. So those are the ranges of our clients dealing with that.
So talk to us about your experience with the Access Accelerator. A lot of people hear that and they don't quite understand what it is. They know that this is something around a business incubator, but they really don't understand what that means. So tell us, what does the Access Accelerator process look like? How did it help you?
Yes, well, I was definitely one of them. I saw it on, like I say, browsing on a social media outlet. And I was like, you know, I already invested about 80% of my own money into the company. And I was like, should I even get a loan? You know, and then I looked more into it, came across the page again, and was like, you know what, let me just take a look at this and just read into the grant that they offer. And that was definitely a moment that I needed to capitalize on. And it would be remiss of me if I wouldn't mention my advisor, Ms. Sharon French, who was hands-on from start to finish, nothing short of excellent. And so they really, their approach is really from an advisory standpoint, making sure you cross your T's, dot your I's, and create structure within your business plan.
Excellent. So is the Access Accelerator something that you would recommend to others? And what really would be the approach that you recommend people take in working with the Access Accelerator?
Definitely, I would definitely recommend that to any entrepreneur, whether it be small, medium enterprises. But firstly, I would tell them, you know, do your research. And once you would have reached out to them, they definitely they have a bag of resources and create avenues for you. But what I really took from it is that, you know, they really set you up for the long term, longevity. And that is definitely pivotal in dealing with your business. You know, what is your business plan, your 5-year plan? So these are the integral parts that's needed to run a successful company. And so I was grateful and honored for that.
So tell us, where is your business focus and what are the plans that you have to grow your business?
So right now, we have 2 locations. Our first location actually is from Quince element of mine, James Siston, born and raised Eleuthera. and rightfully so. And so we started there, and now we expanded into New Providence, Nassau. And so those are our two main focuses right now, but not limited to. We have a few islands under our radar, but I wouldn't let the cat out the bag for that.
Well, Glenard Evans, listen, thank you so much for joining us here on Bahamas at Sunrise. It's been a pleasure to learn about Allied Security Solutions. We know you're probably going to get a lot of contact, and we, based on what you're saying, we believe that you'll be able to provide great service. So thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me. And again, good morning, Bahamas.
Absolutely. This is Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
In the Bahamas, small business is big business. More than 90% of the businesses in the Bahamas are classified as micro, small, or medium-sized enterprises, or MSMEs. The Access Accelerator Small Business Development Center was created to serve them. We at the Access Accelerator offer a variety of services to our clients: business advisory services, training and entrepreneurial programming, mentorship and incubation, and advocacy.
Join the Click is an initiative started by Cable Bahamas Business Solutions last year when we were trying to figure out how to help business leaders as well as consumers to stay connected. Working with Canoe, working with other partners, working with the government and My Gateway to help them to connect with customers who want to place orders and want to be able to do things in a digital way.
My Gateway. My Gateway is a groundbreaking portal through which clients can request and pay for government services online. We have 28 services. We expect to increase the number of services to a minimum of 200.
I love that we're helping the government and helping our citizens to be more efficient and to use their time more wisely.
I invite you to sign up for mygateway.gov.bs and let us make government work for you. Join the Click.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. Beyond recovery into growth, that is the theme of the upcoming Eleuthera Business Outlook. And our next guest, Joey Joseph Gaskins, is the Regional and Public Affairs Director for Disney in the Bahamas and Caribbean, and he will be speaking at the upcoming conference. Joey, good morning and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Morning, Star, and morning, Bahamas. Thanks for having me this morning.
It's an absolute pleasure. I am over here beaming and glowing because I get to have my old schoolmate from primary school through high school, always an excellent example, excellent leader in this position, Joey. And I think before we go any further, let me just congratulate you right here from the team at Bahamas at Sunrise, obviously, but for all of us who have known and worked with you over the years. To see you in this position is just confirmation of what we always knew to be, and that we still know the best is yet to come for you. So that's exciting stuff. But congratulations on being from the Bahamas, being in this regional position for this global company. Incredibly proud of you. And now that I've given you your flowers.
Thank you very much for that, though, Star. I really appreciate that. That's huge. And we've known each other for years, so that means a lot coming from you. It definitely does.
Definitely so proud of you. Let's get into some of the serious conversation, especially because Disney is taking on the Lighthouse Point development. And there's been lots of feedback over the years. But how are the people of Eleuthera feeling now that this project is really getting started?
Well, so we see Eleuthera Business Outlook specifically as a continuation of the conversation. We've supported this event for quite some time, but we have been in the community as much as possible, especially during the pandemic, updating the community, engaging with the community, learning from the community about their needs, and trying to support those needs. And what we're hearing is a lot of excitement, right? A lot of engagement, a lot of future-looking possibilities from the people, especially in South and Central Eleuthera. This project is an opportunity to create huge amounts of economic opportunity for the people in Central and South Eleuthera. We are working kind of tirelessly, not only on the job side, but also for entrepreneurship. We've sponsored JA programs. We have invested in the Eleuthera Business Hub in partnership with the Eleuthera Chamber of Commerce and the SBDC. all to ensure that the people in Central and South Eleuthera have as much opportunity as possible to invest, to grow their businesses and to start new businesses, to build those around the development that we're currently working on. And so lots of excitement, lots of hope, right? And lots of engagement from the community there. And that's what we love. That's really important to us.
All right, excellent. Are you able to give us an idea of what your presentation at the Outlook will be like? Maybe some topics that you might cover, or what we can expect from that part of the presentation?
Yeah, sure. So one of the things that we're really keen on doing during this presentation is giving the community an update on where we are. This has been a long process. And before I came on full-time with DCL, I was working as a consultant. We started working with DCL in 2018. They had been working before that in the community, right? And so for a lot of people in Central and South Eleuthera, particularly during the pandemic, there were definitely concerns. What are we going to do about this project? Will it move forward? Will this investment happen in our community? And one of the things I want to do next week is just give people an update on where we are. Things are moving forward. We have been working very closely with government agencies, with various ministers, to ensure that the smooth movement of construction, particularly on the land side of the project, is happening at a really good clip. We also want to talk about other opportunities that are coming as construction accelerates, as we begin to really engage in the construction on that site. I also, from a personal perspective, want to talk a little bit about the cultural engagement that we've been doing throughout the Bahamas. One of the things that Disney's committed to is really leveraging, embracing, understanding, and then translating the culture of the Bahamas on that property. This is not a pretend space, in the Bahamas. This is about being anchored in Bahamian culture. And so I want to talk a little bit about how we have been engaged in with Junkanoo groups, right? With local artists, with institutions in the Bahamas, to really bring out the cultural elements in this development and to feature, to show, to highlight the amazing work of Bahamian artisans and cultural practitioners. So that's really going to be my focus in this presentation. It's going to be an update on where we are, but I'd also like to highlight a little bit about what we've been doing in the cultural community and how that is going to translate on property as we continue this, the construction of this development.
Excellent. And I'm so happy to know that you're there representing the cultural community in that space. I've been able to see Lighthouse Point absolutely breathtaking, just naturally, with nothing being done. But the idea that we can enhance what's already naturally there with Bahamian culture really is a great opportunity. And so we're excited about what you'll present. When you think about the topic beyond recovery into growth, what does it mean to you specifically as it relates to our Bahamas?
So, I think back 2 years ago, right, during the 2020 budget, where the Minister of Tourism stood up in the House of Assembly and said, tourism has stopped in the Bahamas, right? So 60 to 80 years of consistent tourism growth, right, of a tourism economy that has supported both big and small business in the Bahamas, literally dried up in a couple of months, right? That I don't think we can overstate the impact that has had on Bahamians, on families, on businesses, on individuals, right? And as we kind of move, not out of the pandemic, but we transition to a place where we have in these health protocols, where we're seeing numbers low and we begin to reopen our economy, there is real opportunity for us to take a industry that may not have been as open for the everyday Bahamian and create opportunities for all of us to have a piece of the pie, right? And that has been a really central value in the way that we've approached Lighthouse Point. Again, entrepreneurship programs, investment in community initiatives, ensuring that people have access to jobs, career fairs, meeting with the Bahamas Contractors Association so that they understand the opportunities that are involved. That is what it means. It means that we don't go back to the same economic models that pre-pandemic, where only a small few was able to access this industry. It is about creating new models for access for all Bahamians to benefit from the tourism industry, because no matter what we think about the industry, it is our largest right now, right? Mm-hmm. And so as a central focus on the Disney Cruise Line side, this is something that we are pushing. It's something that we are committed to. And I think if you watch our presentation next week, Thursday, you will see that we've made a huge effort towards that. That's really what I think this, recovery should be about in this moment.
Excellent. Well, Joey, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. I am always just blown away by your brilliance, by your ability to articulate your thoughts and to be able to connect with Bahamians as they listen. So I'm sure the presentation is going to be excellent. Again, we want to remind people that they can sign up at tclevents.com. You get to hear from my brilliant and handsome friend next week, Thursday, April 28th. Learn more about what Disney's doing. Joey, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And again, congratulations on your promotion, but more importantly, what that means for the rest of the Bahamas as you work on bringing us into this space. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you so much. I take really seriously my role as a Bahamian in this position. So I want people to know that I'm advocating for all of us out there. So thanks again for this opportunity. Thanks, Dar.
Indeed. You're watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.
One thing, two things, blue thing, all things, things that are small, things that are grand, things that fit just right, and in the palm of your hand. Fox Hill Nursery, a large selection of garden supplies. If you can see it in your mind, you can find it at Fox Hill Nursery.
Our world has changed. Many businesses have been closed for months with little or no access to their customers until now. Rev Media can help you remain connected to your customers. Our trusted customized advertising packages and personalized consultants will provide your business with immeasurable support during this challenging time. Your customers are already watching. Rev Media can help you to remain connected. Call us today. Let us help you.
Welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise. We're at the halfway point on this fabulous Friday. I'm Anastasia Palacios.
And I'm Carlos Mackey. Thank you so much for being with us at this point in the show.
Yes, certainly. It's been a great show so far this morning. Great conversation with my good friend, Joey Gaskins. So proud of him and his accomplishment in that getting that role as leading the PR for Disney Cruise Line's Caribbean region, but also happy to see that they're really doing their part to get more local people involved in that project. Obviously, it was a controversial project to begin with, so it's good to see that they are moving in the right direction in terms of that, Carlos. And then, of course, to speak with Eric Carey about the wonderful resources that we get to have in this country and that we get to celebrate them for free this Saturday. So really encouraging people to take your kids out, go out as a family, understand our parks, see what beauty we have here so that we can appreciate and value more our country and the people that we put in charge of it.
Absolutely. And it was a great conversation that we had with Glenard Evans about his new security company. Well, I call it new because it would have started during the restriction periods related to COVID-19. And, he started it in Eleuthera and has expanded into New Providence. And it's really great to see, young entrepreneurs really do their thing, particularly not allowing the restrictions and difficulties of this time to stop them from helping to grow our economy, grow job opportunities for Bahamians, and really help our country really become a more vibrant place for people to live and work, and especially in the security services firm and that industry. Unfortunately, there are a lot of security concerns, but it's great to see a young entrepreneur actually take that head on.
Yeah, that was phenomenal as well. I love that segment that we do with the Access Accelerator. It introduces us to so many Bahamians who are doing their part. And I love when we hear their stories, Carlos, that you hear about the work that goes into it. So the people are aware that this isn't something that you can just pop up and do, but it really does require effort and energy. And you heard him talk about investing his own capital before he reached out. And so, yes, I love it. I love that series. Great conversation between the two of you. And I'm happy because we get to hear more as we continue on with the show. We're going to actually be hearing from two of my favorite Bahamian artists. They're going to be talking to us about something good that they've got coming up, but even more exciting than that, our gold medal Carifta team will join us to talk about the games.
Absolutely. And as you were alluding to, Sweet Emily and Novi, they're going to be getting the studio rocking with their new song, Another Day. I mean, I'm excited about that. I have not been, I would say, as engaged with new music, but I am ready this morning for some new music from two lovely ladies. But before we get to that, we have to check on what this weather is going to be like a second time. So Godfrey, hit us with it, man.
Weather at Sunrise, brought to you by Bahamas First. What's first for you comes first for us.
Thank you, Carlos, and good morning, Bahamas. And yes, second look at weather at sunrise. Weak frontal boundary across the northwest Bahamas will dissipate today, while strong high-pressure builds across the islands with windy conditions and creating hazard marine conditions through early next week. In the marine forecast, we do have a small craft advisory that will continue across the islands today and into the weekend. Small craft operation remain in or near port over the next several days. Today, those winds northeast to east at 20 to 25 knots, seas 69 feet. On Saturday, they continue northeast to east at 15 to 25 knots, seas 5 to 8 feet. Then by Sunday, those winds easterly at 15 to 20 knots, seas 4 to 7 feet. Yeah, tides. You can expect a low tide at 7:28 this morning. Next high tide will be at 1:20 this afternoon. Low again this evening at 7:26. Sunset will be at 7:35 this evening. Rising on 6:29. UV index 7. Your water temperature 74 degrees Fahrenheit. Honeymoon phase now moving towards the last quarter. Your extended look. The strong high pressure system will be the dominant feature, maintaining strong winds and hazard marine conditions into early next week. For the most part, we're looking at a nice weekend, but we expect some more cloud fronts late Saturday into Sunday, and then by Monday with those breezy conditions, by Monday expect some scattered showers, possible isolated thunderstorms. The temperature daytime will be in the mid-80s daytime and the upper 60s to lower 70s at nighttime. That puts a wrap on your fellow good weather sunrise. I'm going to go inside. Back to Dallas.
Thank you so much, Godfrey. Today, we're talking to the Bahamas Carifta swim team who took home their fourth, yes, that is correct, fourth consecutive title and the eighth in 9 years. I mean, extremely impressive. And this was at the 35th edition of the Carifta swim competition this week. This morning, we are having the pleasure of talking to Mr. Algernon Cargill, who is the president of Bahamas Aquatics. And we have team members, Kiana Moss and Caleb Ferguson, who are gold medalists, and Renishka Gibbs, who is a bronze medalist. Kiana, Caleb, Renishka, welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. Congratulations on your medal. Mr. Cargill, thank you so much for being here. Again, welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Thank you, and it's great to be back, and it's great to be back for this occasion to talk about the success of our Carifta team.
Absolutely. Tell us about what makes Bahamas Aquatics strong. We seem to have far and away the most successful swimming program in the region, and it is showing now in this past decade. What really makes the cream of the crop in our region?
Well, it's the hard work of all of the athletes that make up our federation. I can tell you a swimmer's life is like no other athlete. During bad weather, they're in the pool training. During school breaks, they're in the pool training twice a day, early morning and evening. And in order to be a Carifta medalist, it's important for the athletes to know that they have set an example, and they actually have great athletes who came before them. So they're keeping up with today's tradition. Back in the day, we had some very outstanding Carifta athletes, and these young athletes, I'm very proud of their accomplishments because they've really represented the Bahamas at a high standard.
Excellent. So I'm going to ask you team members, what was the competition like? Caleb, how did you enjoy the Carifta competition this year?
Well, I really enjoyed it. It was my first time going, but we made it before, but we were unable to go due to COVID. So it was really nice to go, and the competition was very fast.
Excellent. Renishka, how was it being there in Barbados, being a part of what really would have been an intense competition this year?
It was really good going to Barbados. It was a good experience, a lot of exposure. The competition was really good, and I had a really great time with Team Bahamas.
Excellent. And Kiana, how did you like there? Barbados, they seem to be very competitive, and everyone really is gunning for Team Bahamas because we have been the top dog and continue to do so. Kiana, how did you like your experience being a part of Team Bahamas?
I really enjoyed it. My voice is gone from cheering so much. And that's, a big part of Team Bahamas is always, we're always the loudest on the pool deck. And, I love to cheer on my teammates. And it was a wonderful team this year, a very young and spiritful team. And we just had lots of fun and we brought home gold again.
Excellent. So, Kiana, tell us about your race, because you say you've lost your voice. So what race did you actually participate in between your cheering sessions?
I had 50, 100, 200 back, 50, 100, 200 fly, and 50 free, and 200 IM.
Wow, Mr. Cargill was not kidding. You guys are hard workers. Renishka, what was your races that you participated in?
I participated in 50, 100, 200 bass, 50 fly, and 50 free.
Wow. And Caleb, what races did you compete in?
I competed in 50, 100, 200, 400, 800, and 1500 freestyle, 1500 butterfly, and 400 IM.
I don't know if I could do that on land, much less in water. That's amazing. Mr. Cargill, tell us, did you expect 65 medals? I mean, that is an amazing number to even just speak. And these kids are talking about 50, 100, 200. I mean, this is amazing. Did you expect that kind of medal haul for this competition?
Of course, I expected 65. We had a few disappointing swims, but that's the way competition is. And we went there with a goal to 4-peat as Caribbean champions to demonstrate that Team Bahamas is the premier sporting organization in the Bahamas, insofar as we won Caribbean for 4 consecutive times. And this is despite the fact that we received little funding from corporate Bahamas. But nonetheless, we expected 65 and more medals. And next year, when we 5-peat as Caribbean champions, we will show the rest of the Caribbean what it truly is to be the best. I'd like to say, though, that Renishka, I'd like to highlight her performances specifically because she qualified for the World Junior Championships in Lima, Peru, and with an outstanding swim. It was a 4th place finish. And to swim 4th and swim your best time, one of the best times in the world, 26:88 in the 50-meter freestyle, that speaks about the level of competition. She was beaten by some senior girls, but nonetheless, she will be representing the Bahamas in Lima, Peru at the World Junior Championships. And Marvin Johnson also qualified in the same race in the 50-meter freestyle for the World Junior Championships. So we had some outstanding swims in Barbados, and I've highlighted 2, and I'll stop there because I normally get into trouble when I call athletes names.
Fully understood, Mr. Cargill. So Caleb, Kiana, Renishka, and that order, what's next for you guys now that you have had such great performances? You guys have medaled. Tell us what's next for you all as athletes and as students. Caleb?
Well, for me now, it's just when I'm going to get back in the pool and get to hard work and training before nationals. And then I'll be leaving in August to further my swimming career in boarding school and to start my computer science program.
Okay, excellent. And Kiana?
So next for me is college. I leave for college in August. And I can't wait to compete on a higher level in swimming and see what's next for me in swimming and how much faster I can get.
And where will you be attending college?
I will actually be attending Mackenzie University.
Okay.
Oh, congratulations, Kiana. I never knew that.
We decided last night.
Congratulations. And Renishka?
Well, next for me, excuse my voice, it's actually kind of gone from trying to the same as Kiana. But next for me is really when I'm going to go back to the pool and get back to hard training and then focus on school because I have exams coming up and I still have another year in school. So after that, it's really college and everything else and really trying to further my swimming.
Excellent. Listen, we thank you all so much for being here. We know that we will be hosting the next Carifta Games swimming competition in 2024. So I know Mr. Cargill is looking forward to having hometown advantage. Andy is also giving us a shot across the bow, corporate Bahamas. We have to do a bit better with supporting Bahamas Aquatics. So I'm excited to tell my business partners, you know, in whatever way we can to help Bahamas Aquatics because there is obviously a good return on that investment. Mr. Cargill, Caleb, Kiana, Renishka, thank you also so much for being here with us on Bahamas at Sunrise this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Absolutely. This is Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back after this break.
Since 1967, Freeport Oil Company Limited has been dedicated to fueling growth and prosperity in the Bahamas. We have been a constant pillar within the country, striving to invest and support our community through the best of times and the worst of times. For us, Full Call represents 21 years of strength and consistency, consistent leadership, consistent growth, consistent customer service. Through it all, we are resilient. Full Call, fueling growth for people.
Welcome back, Bahamas at Sunrise family. I am ecstatic to have two of the best in Bahamian music. They have decades of experience between them. I am talking about Novi Pierre and Sweet Emily. Good morning, ladies, and welcome back to Bahamas at Sunrise.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Well, first of all, how many times have you been on Bahamas at Sunrise?
Can't count, many times.
Oh, Lord. And what about you?
Oh, Lord. Oh, gosh. I have no idea.
So you all are family, and for the first time, you're going to share your new song with us.
Yes.
But this is the era of history. We see so many women winning in politics, on the Billboard charts, first for a lot of things. This is the first female duet since Eloise and Maureen Duvalier as a better woman than you.
Correct. Singer.
What does that mean to you all to be collaborating as women, as Bahamian artists, especially in this season?
I think it's epic, you know, to be with somebody like Emily. Emily is a legend within herself, you know, and to be here with her and, you know, that she left and came back and all that stuff and whatnot, you know, but to be here and to be able to have written a song for her and with her, it's epic.
Yeah. So how did the collaboration come about?
Well, actually, Sanovi hit me up one day, I think it was about 2-3 years ago. This was before, I think, COVID. And she said, Emily, I wrote a song for you. And I was like, oh, great. I would love to hear it. And then we were communicating. And then eventually she said, well, the song I write for you, I won't do that one yet. I got another song I want you to do. And then she asked me if I would want to sing it by myself because she wrote it, or if I want her to sing. I said, listen, I've never done a song with a female before. And I think this has been a struggle for us in the industry to get females to work together. So I was elated due to the fact that she wanted to do this song with me. And couldn't find anybody better because really and truly, Novi and I came up the same era. I think I may be a little in you, right?
But y'all ain't Asian. I can tell you that. Y'all got the secret.
But I remember the Novi with the Visage and on them stage, we was killing it.
I must see all them regattas.
So, right. Not only regattas, I mean, we was killing everything back then.
Everything.
So to be on the stage doing a song with Synovia,
absolutely,
it's an honor for me.
I love it. And listen, when I saw you two, I got goosebumps. And y'all know I had to get a little sneak listen of the song, right? But so you wrote it. Tell us about it another day. What does it mean?
Well, you know, everybody was asking, are you singing? Are you going to do a COVID song? Oh, I can't wait to hear a COVID song. I said, you know what?
I want to see the end of COVID, you know, and so we know what the world has gone through.
Right.
I hit Fred Ferguson because he is a huge part of this.
Right.
And this song is our thankfulness and gratefulness to say, listen, we made it through. This is another day and we are thankful. You know, so if you want to whine, you want to sing, you want to dance, you want to do whatever, skull, it's another day.
Well, it's another day, and it's definitely your season. And you mentioned Fred Ferguson.
Yes.
I think Fred Ferguson, Send Him Home.
Of course,
One of your biggest hits of all time, right?
Fred is the person who actually made me who I am today, because if it wasn't for Fred, there'd be no Send Them Home, there'd be no Look What You Do, there'd be no Someday, no Will You, none of those songs. And even when I came back, he wrote the song Good to Be Back that brought me back in the right way. So Fred has been very instrumental in my entire career.
Okay, everyone, enjoy this performance. Novi and Sweet Emily, another day for the first time right here on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Novi and Emily. If you see me on the road with my hands in the air, I'm giving thanks and praise for another day. I'll be singing and stalling without any care. I'm giving thanks and praise for another day. See me on the road with a smile on my face. I'm grateful all the time for His mercy and His grace. I'm giving thanks for another day and praise for another day on my table. Another day. He is able. Hey, another day. I will dance for another day and sing for another day. Lift my hands for another day. I'm alive. Hey, another day. I know it. Oh, yeah. Hello to you, and how do you do? I'm giving thanks and praise for another. Oh, we made it, we're here, and we're all getting through. I'm giving thanks and praise for another. When you see me on the road with a smile on my face, a song in my heart, and a wine on my waist, I'm giving thanks for another day and praise for food on my table. 'Cause He is able. I will dance for and sing for. I'll wave my hands for and celebrate for. Come on, Emily. Hey. Oh, yeah. Oh, Nori. Let me see you. Let me see you. Hey. I'm giving you thanks. I'm giving you thanks. I'm giving you thanks. Hey, yeah. I'm giving you thanks. I'm giving you thanks. I'm giving you thanks, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for your goodness. 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 Hey. Oh, Lord, I thank you. Lord, I thank. I'm grateful to you, Lord, for your mercy and your grace. I got another day to dance and celebrate. Well, I'm grateful to you, Lord. I got a smile on my face. I am so thankful you gave us strength. When you see me on the road with my hands on my head, I'm giving for them for another day. I'm singing and stalling all over the place. That's right. When you see me on the road with my hands on my waist, I'm giving thanks and praise for another. I'll be singing and shouting until I'm dead. I'm giving thanks and praise for another. I'll be giving thanks for another day and praise for another day. Bible, 'cause He is able. Oh, I give thanks for another day and sing for another. Give my hands for celebrate for. Praise for another day. We are thankful for another day. Another day. Emily and Robin. You ready? Waving and waving. Sing and celebrate. Dance and celebrate. Stun and celebrate. Break the scrape and celebrate. Sing and celebrate. Dance and celebrate. Stun and celebrate. Break the scrape and celebrate. Oh, yeah. Praise for another day. Oh, praise the Lord. Hey. Grateful for another day. Tell Him you'll be there. Love me
Thank you.
I love it, and I am going to download it right now. It's available on Apple. Yes.
On DistroKid as
Spotify, DistroKid,
all of the major
everywhere.
Yes.
Platforms. I'm going to add it to my playlist. Awesome. Thank you. There's so much more right here on Bahamas at Sunrise. Stay with us.
Well, that's going to do it for us, folks. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of Bahamas at Sunrise. Of course, congratulations to Sweet Emily and Novi for that amazing song. So happy to see Sweet Emily back in the studio. Novi, thank you for that one. Wishing you all just a wonderful weekend. We'll be back with more on Monday.
Indeed. Take care, everyone. It's been so good to be here with you, Star. And again, Bahamas, we have the best country in the world. Our swimmers have proven that once again. But we all have to do our part to make this the, without a doubt, best place ever. Thank you all so much for being here with us on Bahamas at Sunrise.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.